This permanent marker might be the last one you might ever need to buy. Now, that's a pretty bold statement, but it's exactly what Tom Studio is aiming for with the brand new Ori Permanent marker. Tom Studio has built its brand on reducing disposable markers and pens, and now they're taking on the permanent marker space, reformulating ink to find a truly permanent marker that you can use for art, labeling, and anything else that you can think about. So in today's video, we're gonna be checking this thing out. What is this? Is it actually something that can replace your markers and your pens? And how well does it actually work beyond paper? Are we talking about replacing the big S brand, or are we taking a look at maybe something else? So let's go ahead and check it out. What comes inside the packaging? What options do we have? And is the Ori Permanent truly the last permanent marker that you will ever need to buy? So let's go ahead and open up our packaging that we got from Tom Studio. So here is the Ori, the infinitely refillable permanent marker. It's a duo marker pen, which I'm excited to check out and see. Of course, you've got the T in here, and then also Tom Studio has included 3 different types of nibs. So let's go ahead and open up the pen first, because this is really the star of the show here. Packaging on point, as always. I love it. We'll go ahead and open this up, and we will reveal what we've got. So we have our bits and bobs pieces, and then here is the reusable marker. So this is actually pretty awesome, and we have 2 inks in here as well. So what's interesting about this design is what I'm most excited about is the duality of it. We also have a new little Tom Studio emblem here on the top of each one of the caps here, which I really like. I'm actually a really big fan of this body style. I was a really big fan of the body style once I saw it in the Ori highlighters. I love the color options here and just love the way that it looked. So knowing that this pen essentially is the other pen and you have the different nibs and things you can put on top of here is really exciting, because the way that people want to use permanent markers is very different. So everything about this looking exactly the same. I love the black color, but knowing Tom Studio, this is going to eventually come in like a lot of other colors too. But as a person who is a big fan of some of the other products like the Lumos, for instance, right? What I liked about that one is it had kind of this center area that opened up and turned into 2 pens. This is just double-ended, so you can use whatever you want to do. If you haven't seen the Ori before, or the Tom Studio pens as a whole, essentially the pen part of this is in 2 parts. You have the nib, and then you have the reservoirs that are on the back end of this. And this is actually what you're going to refill. Like I said, they came with 2 different inks inside of here, a permanent black and a permanent blue. So this is a brand new formula that they have created. Everything that I've talked to them about and trying to understand this more and more is that they held this formula up against other permanent inks out there in the world, and it's on par. And that's what I love to hear, right? Like, they're doing their research, they're making sure that if they're going to come out with the product, it's actually doing what it says it's going to do. So let's go ahead and just kind of swatch these out real quick. You know, with permanent markers, especially with black permanent markers, you want good black, right? Because with permanent markers, you are writing on top of surfaces, you're doing artwork with those, and you want to really kind of have that bold black stand out. And then the same thing for the blue. Not that I've ever used a blue permanent marker, but blue is kind of, you know, standard. So I think it'll work out well. We'll let this dry. We'll come back to it to see what those look like. In the meantime, let's go ahead and check out all these different nibs. One of the things I love about Tom Studio is that they have options for how you like to write. This first one here is going to have a bunch of extra reservoirs in it. So if you didn't know about this, you can replace the reservoirs with different colors. And the cool thing too about this Ori, you can use the permanent ink, but you can use any ink that you want with this. Technically, you could do the same thing with the highlighters, and they do sell little capsules or containers that you can replace and kind of airtight hold them with if you want to change them out. Not that you need to really, though, honestly, if you're just really using the permanent black or the permanent blue, when it runs out, you can just stick that reservoir back inside of ink and refill it up. You don't have to change out the reservoirs all the time. The bits and bobs packaging has 2 things in it. 1, it has some stickers for labeling, and 2, has this little capsule piece that you put over top of your tops. When you're changing them out, you really only have to worry about that if you're changing out your nib and it already has ink on it. It's one of those things that have come with all of their other markers and pens that I have, and I was like, I don't really know what to use this for. Like, like it's easy to replace those. But this has been really helpful with the Oris, especially with those thicker felt nibs. I like them a lot. Now with the labels here, it's kind of interesting because the whole point of this is that you would put the color that you're using on the tip of your pen. And I don't want to cover up my Tom Studio logo there. I like it a lot. With the Ori highlighter, it made a lot of sense because there was a space for it and it wasn't the little TS that's on there. But for me personally, we're going to test out the blue and the black. Most of the time, I'm just using black permanent marker ink, right? I'm not doing anything else. So just having a black pen, the Ori in black, for me is enough to say this is your black magic marker. More about what type of brush pen or nib is on there, and kind of identifying that. But it's easy enough to unscrew the top and pop it back on, right? And really figure it out. But we have the options. We can do 2 different sides if we want to, as we're going to test out today when we do it, and really have some good options. So let's go ahead and fill it up. I think that's a really important part. The first thing that I'm going to do is I'm going to differentiate my different containers of ink, and I'm going to put P on these for permanent. Let's go ahead and check out some of the nibs real quick. So this is the brush tip. This is a very hard brush tip, which works really well. You can see an example of it here in the Ori highlighter. This is the same exact thing, just a different color inside of there. You have some options, right? So the blunt edge or the bullet edge, that's what this looks like, versus the brush edge is going to be a little bit thicker on those left to right swipes. But of course, you can really control what it looks like when you're swiping down on top of these. The next one we're going to look at is going to be the chisel point. This is something that I feel like we see a lot when it comes to highlighters and things like that. And I guess for bigger magic markers and permanent markers, we see the chisel tips, but you do have those options. So just to show you what this looks like with the highlighter versus inking up every single nib that I have, I don't want to be wasteful. That's what that looks like there. Now the bullet edge, like I said, this is my favorite. This is certainly what I'll be using for most what I'll be doing. So we'll go ahead and fill this one up first, and I'm going to do this in the black ink. So we'll go ahead and take our sample bottle, and all we have to do here is pretty straightforward. Make sure your reservoir and your tip and everything is together, and we're going to go ahead and just take that and put that right inside of this black permanent ink sample bottle here. Now it's going to take a few minutes, but you will see that capillary action pulling that ink up into that reservoir. When your ink reaches the top of that larger, thicker piece there where everything connects, that's when you want to go ahead and pull out your reservoir. You don't have to wait until the pen is completely filled up, because all of that ink is going to continue to travel up, as you can see through this feed section here, into the nib. I'm going to go ahead and just sit this off to the side real quick, because we're going to load the other side up with the brush pen and the blue ink real quick, and you'll just be able to watch that off to the side fill itself up as we go ahead and get our other side with the brush nib set up with the blue. Next thing I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and take off the bullet nib off of the other side of this pen, and then I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to push in the brush nib and make sure that that is connected to the reservoir. We'll go ahead and open up the blue ink here. We'll take that reservoir, we'll put it right into the top of this bottle here. Just give it a few seconds. We'll start to wait until that blue ink goes all the way up to the very top of our reservoir here. So right as soon as it hits that thicker part of your holder there, you can then take it out of the ink. It's enough to get you going. We'll go ahead and put this onto the bottom section of my Ori here for the permanent side. We'll give it some time to go ahead and reach the top of the nib over here, and then we got to get into the actual usefulness of this pen on different materials to see how well it actually works. We'll check back in. So this is all of the ink completely dry. So it is a little bit shiny. It almost looks like a sheen on top of here, but it definitely feels different than their typical fountain pen ink. So you can tell the formula is definitely different than the other fountain pen ink from Tom Studio. So let's go ahead and give it the test. We will go ahead and write with it. Like I mentioned, the bullet edge is 100% my favorite to write with. I just love the way it looks, nice and thick, on point. Now it's only been on here for a second. I want to do a quick swipe test, and you can see there's just a few little spots, like a second after I wrote that, where I swiped, where it's smearing just a little bit. But if you give yourself enough time, maybe not immediately right after, but let's go ahead and say like 5 seconds after you're done, this completely dries on paper. And I'll show you again in just a few minutes how we test that one-to-one. Now, when I went ahead and used the brush nib here, just swiped across, I don't know if the ink wasn't fully loaded into that tip, or maybe I just need to move a little bit slower with this formula like I'm doing here, but it definitely felt a little bit different. So let's go ahead and test this again. I'm going to show you how permanent this really is. So let's go ahead and test this ink again on some paper because I'm going to use watercolor along with this. Fountain pen ink is not going to work well with water. Water is its nemesis. But if we are using permanent black and blue ink for our artwork or as a part of a permanent pen replacement, we definitely want to make sure that these are going to work. So I've drew out a few shapes here, both in the black and in the blue, and I'll go ahead and grab a quick water brush and grab some watercolor, and let's go ahead and fill this in as if we were doing some artwork. As you can see, there's no bleeding, there's no streaking, there's nothing like that at all. Just giving it a few extra seconds is all it needs to go ahead and dry permanently on paper. So this is great for sketching. This is great for artwork, outlining, writing, doing whatever you have to do. This is what I expected to see from a permanent ink, so it's good to know that it reacted the right way. So let's go ahead and try it on a few other materials. The marketing materials talked about this also being able to be used on glass, on plastic, on metal. So I want to see exactly how permanent it is. And let's put it to actual use. This is something that I would use and I'm going to use inside of my studio. I have one of my plastic craft bins, so I'm going to use this permanent marker to go ahead and write what I'm putting inside of this container. So we just wrote it. So let's go ahead and see how long it takes to actually be dry. I'm going to give it about 5 seconds, put my finger over top of it, and it looks like it went ahead and transferred. So it is going to need a few extra seconds to fully dry when you're writing with it. So we'll go ahead and give it exactly a few extra seconds. And now I'm going to go ahead and rub my finger across this and you'll see that it's not smudging at all. So I just needed to make sure to hold it. Now the test is going to be using water on this. And as I start to wipe it away, I'm noticing on this non-porous section here, not paper, right, that it completely got rid of the marker that's on here. So I did that pretty quickly. I'm just going to do another test real quick because I want to see how well this works. And I'm going to go ahead and let this sit on here for about 10 minutes and we'll come right back and give it another test to see how well it does. So the time has passed, so I'm going to go ahead and just take my finger and pretty roughly rub it against here, right? I want to make sure this is going to hold on. It's not transferring, it's fully dry, and I'm pushing really hard here and wiping against this, and nothing is coming off here. So let's go ahead and try the water again to see how well this works. Take a paper towel, damp it a little bit, and rub it against here. And you'll see that it's actually coming off. You do have to put a good amount of pressure on here, and there are certain parts of this where it stays pretty permanent. Now, that's something I don't know how I feel exactly. Part of me really likes the fact that it's not 100% sticking on there because I do change my mind pretty often. But you can see it's also not just wiping off like a dry erase marker. It's kind of right there in the middle. Now, something that I'm going to also try, the only metal thing I actually had in my studio were these Toyo steel boxes. So I'm going to go ahead and use the Ori Permanent and just write my name on the bottom of this box. So I am expecting this probably to work something similarly to the plastic because this is not porous at all, right? This has a coating over top of it. So I'll go ahead and give this 10 seconds to dry. You'll see it's not doing anything at all. It's not coming off of my fingers. I can go ahead and take my finger and rub it pretty hard against this as well. Nothing is coming off of this at all. Let's go ahead and try the wet paper towel and it comes off right away. So this is definitely something that's going to be more smudge proof, I guess, which I feel like I'm okay with. So I gotta tell you, I'm actually really excited for the Ori Permanent. I mean, the very first time that I tried out the Ori highlighters, I was excited and thought this would be really cool design to use for permanent or fountain pen inks. But knowing that they've redeveloped their formula, and I'm sure there are other permanent formulas out there too, in case you don't want to just keep it inside the Tom Studio family, but why wouldn't you? I'm really excited about this. And even though it was not a 100% permanent option for the non-porous items, I'm completely okay with that. In fact, I personally prefer that. Now I can write on top of my boxes and my cases and other things like that and know that it's going to be fantastically smudge proof. But if I want to erase it, I can. And I love that option as a person who is always changing their space and changing the way in which I organize my space as well. This is going to be something good to have. And I don't have to buy more than one. And I love that for this pen. And honestly, I'm also really excited for this permanent ink because this would be something fantastic that I could also put inside of my Lumos pens. And that way I could use this with artwork as well and not have to worry about certain types of ink not working or smearing or bleeding. This is really exciting as well. If you want to check out more from Tom Studio and the Permanent Ori, you can head over to their website at tomstudio.com. And you can use my discount code, which is Mark Your Pages, and that'll get you 10% off any of your purchases from Tom Studio. I can't wait to hear from you in the comments if we think the Ori Permanent is going to be the right pen to replace all your other permanent markers, or is this something else from Tom Studio and you're just kind of like, yeah, I've been using the same thing for always and I'm okay with it. We're up to discussion. I can't wait to read the comments. And my friends, I'll talk to you next time. See ya.